Hello everyone, welcome back in today's new video. This is the 7th or 8th time I'm gonna film this introduction because I'm very nervous, okay? I'm very out of my element, I'm very out of my comfort zone, and I'm kind of, what if it doesn't turn out that I want to be? Or what if I'm a perfectionist, and I want everything to turn out perfectly, but maybe it wouldn't, so I should get this done and post it for you guys regardless. But this video means so much to me, and I hope that it would find you in a much needed time in your life because 1 year, 2 years ago, this is something I would have dreamed of listening or hearing from somebody. I would have dreamed of watching a video like that because it would have guided me through my life at a time. And even now, it would help me because we go through phases of our lives where we need a reminder. So this is your reminder and my reminder. The title of this video is kind of weird. I woke up and found myself living my dream life. Like, who would ever wake up and find that they do have their dream lives? This is kind of very delulu, very manifesty, very woo-woo, not true type of thing. But it's true. And I'm talking out of experience, and I'm talking out of my own life. But I think here we should just explain something. I didn't woke up from sleep or woke up from a nap or woke up. I woke up from ungratefulness. I woke up from the constant phase of chasing and chasing and chasing. Chasing goals, chasing dreams, chasing milestones, chasing, everything, anything. That's what I woke up from. And the moment I opened my eyes and saw the real world, I discovered that I'm sitting in my dream life. The moment I wake up, I go to school, I get back, I eat. Everything in my life, my style, my clothes, the thing I own, my routine, my YouTube channel, every single little detail was a dream, and it was on my vision board, and it was on my planners, on my Notion. And I was sitting there and I looked at my life and I was like, wow, I really got out of an era from my life, and I have everything, like every single little detail that I ever wanted. And you would be asking me, how did that happen? How did you wake up? How did you see that you actually have everything that you ever dreamed of? Last year was kind of a hard year for me. 2025 wasn't an easy go, and it wasn't kind of a productive year either. It was like an everything and anything. I experienced so many things. I experienced a loss. I experienced kind of a part of depression. I experienced high happiness. So like, I experienced the two extremes from being super happy to being super sad. And it was a very weird year. This year, the beginning of 2026, was even weirder because I was like, I was actually just into work. I worked very hard. I was achieving my goals. I was chasing my highest self, and I felt the constant need to achieve a milestone so I would feel happy. So like, I was actually productive. I was doing work. I was getting things done, but I wasn't happy, and I didn't feel anything. And I needed milestones. I needed to achieve big dreams, big goals. So for me to feel this small moment of happiness, and I would get back again chasing my dreams, chasing my goals, and I would be like, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? I would look at my vision board and I would say, why did I achieve this? Why did I achieve that? And in the middle of this constant loophole where you repeat the same boring things and you have the same boring results, and you're going through so many things in your life where you feel like you're not enough, you're not doing enough, you're not having enough, I found something, and let me show you. I found this. This is my journal. And in the middle of in the middle of the night, I couldn't sleep. I found this. You would be asking, what is this? This is a letter that I wrote to myself. I wrote it to myself in 2024. Let me just see the exact date. It was on the 1st of March of 2024. So like 2 years ago. And I started reading it in the middle of the night, I tell you. And something inside of me shifted because while reading it, I discovered that everything Arwa that wrote this letter was hoping for, and that everything she has ever dreamed of, I have it right now. So, and while reading this letter to myself, by the end of it, I wrote something. I'm gonna read it to you. I just wanted to tell you something that you probably need to hear. نحن مسؤولون عن السعي لا عن السعة, which means we are responsible for the process and not the results. So do your best, and the rest, let it for God. Make God your priority, and you would never be disappointed. I needed to hear these words because the mistake we all do is that we chase the results, something that we cannot control, and we forget the process, something that we can, and the only thing we can control. I have every single thing I wrote down on this letter right now, from the very small things to the very big things, from the things I thought that were very easy to the things that I thought were very hard. I have all of these things right now, and when I look back, I saw this other quote on Pinterest that says, I would literally pin me on my vision board, and it's true. 2 years ago, in March 2024, I would have pinned my life right now on my vision board. I did pin it. I was like, oh my god, if I have this life, I would be so happy. That would be so cool. That's my dream life. And right now I have it. But you know what is the difference between wanting something and living in it? Is that while wanting it, we keep imagining that the moment we're gonna get all those material things and immaterial things that we want, we are going to be happy. But the truth is, that's not what would make you happy. Not the life, not the materialistic things, not the constant productiveness that comes with it. It's you. It starts from you. The common points between me reading this letter and me living that life on March 2024 was the ungratefulness. Me and her were very ungrateful. We wanted a dream life that we were idealizing, but we weren't grateful for the life we already have and the life we are living right now. That's your reminder that the happiness you're looking for and the calmness and the gratefulness isn't going to come from the life you want. The life is something material, but the feeling is something internal. It's a work you should put into yourself. Let me tell you that if you are not grateful for every single detail, every single little and big detail from your life right now, trust me, even if you have this dream life with those, I don't know, whatever your big, extremely big goals are, trust me, the moment you would have them, if you didn't already work on your gratefulness and you weren't already grateful, wouldn't feel the slightest of happiness, because your internal feelings are not changed by any external thing. Yeah, you might get happy for a little moment, but after that you would get back into your normal everyday feelings, your normal everyday state. So if you aren't already grateful and already happy with what you have and already romanticizing every single thing in your life right now, even if you get everything that you have ever dreamed of, you wouldn't be grateful and you wouldn't be happy. And while reading this, that's the first thing that came into my mind, is that while writing this letter, I was living my dream life from 2 years ago, which means my 2024 self was living her dream life from 2022. And right now I'm reading this and I'm living my dream life from 2024. So like it's 2 years gap, it's 2 years difference, but the internal feelings are the same since 2020. Yes, I was writing down goals. I wanted some dream lives. I wanted new things. Imagine that the life I do have right now in 2022, in 2020, I couldn't even imagine that I would have half of it. Like the very small things I have right now was like a dream 6 years ago. And while I'm living in them right now, I'm very ungrateful. So your actual dream life doesn't come from those material things you're gonna achieve. It wouldn't come the moment you would achieve every single thing on your vision board. But your dream life would actually come the moment you decide to be grateful and romanticize every single detail of your life right now. And as I told you, I've read this letter in the middle of the night. So I woke up the next morning and I was like, I took a decision that I would live like the main character, because I am the main character, because everything I have ever dreamed of is true. I'm living in it right now. So why wouldn't I actually romanticize it and be happy with it? And I woke up, got my breakfast, did my morning routine, went to school, got back from school, did my night routine, and got to sleep. And before sleeping and, reflecting on my day, I discovered the way I'm telling you that every single thing that happened through my day, right, that day, was a dream 2 years ago. It was something I could only dream of. It was only something I could see on Pinterest or watch on movies. I was living that life and I am living it right now. And I was actually very shocked. Like, I've sat in silence for like a good 40 minutes, looking to the wall and telling myself, how could have I been very ungrateful? How was it possible for me to be living my dream life and still chasing things and not being grateful? I'm not telling you stop working towards your goals, but I'm telling you, you should be happy with what you have. You should actually romanticize the process, because those milestones and those big goals would be achieved, yes, but wouldn't you get used to them? Let's imagine that dream car that you want right now. The moment you would buy it, wouldn't you get very accustomed to it, to having it in your life, to the point that it would be a normal, it would be guaranteed, so you would lose that gratefulness that comes from something being you. I know it's very hard, and especially on hard days, you cannot romanticize them. You cannot feel grateful. But even on those hard days, and even while going through those hard things, you should remember that hard days exist for good days to make sense. Because imagine if every single day was a happy day, then they would be very normal to the point that you wouldn't even know it's a good day, it's a happy day. It would be just like the norm. And I'm telling you out of experience. Because of my ungratefulness, I lost so many things in my life. There is that one verse in the Quran that says, yeah, it's وَإِن تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ, which the translation to English is, and remember, when your Lord proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you. But if you are ungrateful, indeed, my punishment is severe. So, even God is telling us that not being grateful is something that we're gonna get punished for. But not only in the afterlife, even in our own life. And I'm telling you because I've went through that. Imagine I was living something that people could only dream of. I'm not telling you something normal, I'm telling you something big. Something very big and very fancy, to the point that 99% of people couldn't even dream of having it. And I was having it, I was living it, and I was very ungrateful. And I would give you an example. I had this dream trip to London for like a week. I had the money to do the shopping. I went to the most beautiful, the fanciest places in London, and I did a dream trip. Something people in my life couldn't even imagine. And while being there, oh my god, now that I remember, I actually hate myself. I was super ungrateful. I was sitting in front of Big Ben and I was actually angry and ungrateful and unhappy because of extremely no reason. Because I thought that I deserved something more, or because I thought that I wanted something more, and I couldn't even romanticize or be happy with what I already have. So I think that was a punishment in itself. Imagine being in front of Big Ben. Imagine being in London, having your dream trip, and not being grateful for it. It's crazy. Yeah, I know. And now, going to London is actually a dream of mine. But right now, I know that if I went there, that would be a very different thing. I would be very grateful, very happy. I would actually live in the moment and stop chasing something that would come after. And I don't need to go to London to be grateful. I discovered that even right now in my own life, I need to start proving to God that I'm grateful for what I have. The routine I have, the material things I have, the phone I have, the iPad I have, the studies I have, the things I do, I'm very grateful for them. And the moment you would be very grateful, it's the moment that more good things are going to come to your life. But you shouldn't be grateful for you to get those things. No, you should be grateful for what you already have without the back idea of wanting something else. Yes, you should progress. Yes, you should work. But your new ones, because we always are going to have new goals. We are always going to have new dreams. But be grateful for what you already have right now and live in the present moment and live in the present things. Be grateful for what you have right now. Human beings are naturally greedy. We always chase, we always want, but sit down and look in your life and you would see that you are actually living your dream life and that you don't need more. You want more. And we need to switch our brain from telling us that we need to, that we want, because you need nothing. You want things that you may need, like food, like a bed to sleep in. You already have them. Those are what a human being need. But what you do is you want that last iPhone, you want that trip to New York, you want that MacBook, you want that lifestyle. You do not need them, you want them. So if you want them, you should enjoy the process of having them, because if you do not enjoy the process, even if you have them, you wouldn't enjoy them. The process is 99% of the way, the destination is only 1%. So would you keep chasing that 1% and forget to enjoy the 99%? If you do, then okay, close the video and go keep living your life. But if you don't want to and you want to actually be happy, then I'm sorry to tell you, but you were missing out on so much things. The moment I decided to romanticize day-to-day routine, I became the happiest I've ever been. You remember? I was in London. I wasn't happy. I am happier than when I was in London. Whenever I say that, I feel very weird, but it's very true. So yeah, I hope that this video helped you, that it was good, and that you would take the maximum of it. I don't know, I think that it wasn't perfect and it didn't turn the way I wanted, but still I'm grateful for it, and I'm happy that I did it, and I'm grateful that I do have a channel where I could actually post this video right now, and I'm very happy that I do have some followers who would actually see it and listen to me talking for I don't know how much time. But yeah, thank you very much guys for watching this video. I'm very grateful for you. I love you very much. See you soon.